Hello guys, it's Patro TV here, and finally we're doing the Swar Manager video for your plots. So basically, you're not gonna use your Chia application anymore. This is a much better way for plotting. So if you remember, if you're using HPool and you want to not mess about with the folders like we did in a part 3 video. So with using by this Swar Manager, you can basically exclude automatically. So all you have to do is just turn on the application and the rest of it is done for you. You don't have to do anything else. So let's start it off by showing you how it works. I'm gonna log in onto my laptop through Parsec. So let's go over to Parsec. And one more thing, most important thing, if you're gonna skip the video, don't comment that it doesn't work for you because you probably missed something in the video. So if you follow it step by step and take your time and you want to understand how it works, then don't rush. Okay, so let's take you over to the MSI. This is my laptop. Okay, if you're using Parsec as well for a different machine, if you'd like to, you can go to bottom left corner and type in mouse. Press enter, and you might find you will take you to the settings, but I don't see it here. You can go back to home and ease of access, because some of you don't see the mouse when you use Parsec. So if you go to mouse and pointer and right at the bottom mouse, control your mouse with a keypad, and when you turn this on, the cursor should appear if you turn this on. But that's it. So let's go over to download the Swar Manager. I think the easiest way that it comes on is bing.com Swar Manager Chia. Okay, it will come up on the GitHub. I'll include the link in the description for you as well. We're going this way. So you want to download this, okay, file, this folder. How you download it? Well, we simply press on the green button and you download this zip file. So the zip file is a compressed folder, meaning that everything takes up less space and it's treated as one file. So we download the zip folder. Because I'm using a Brave browser, it asks me to where to locate it. Yours might go to the downloads. Okay, so I downloaded the Swar Chia Plot Manager. I'm opening it, and it's in here. You have to press extract. So once you open the file, when you extract, it will ask you where you would like to extract it. We press browse, and if you want to do it on a desktop or in your documents, wherever you like, just press it. So let's go on desktop. Okay, extract, and I already have Swar Manager there, but I want to replace it because I want to do a video for you. Okay, so my laptop currently has 12 cores, 12 threads, 12 logical processors, 6 cores. Okay, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and that's about it. What else is using the RAM? Desktop Windows Manager. Oh, it's okay. It's the Parsec. Okay, so let's focus on the Swar Manager. So the Swar Manager is here, and we've got the folder here. Okay, we want to delete this. If you want to keep your logs saved in this folder, then create a folder. Once you extract it, okay, within this folder that you have extracted, make another folder called Chia logs. Okay, this will save the progress of your plots. So if you're using the Chia plot status program, then you can browse through the logs from the basically plots that are currently made or they've been complete. If you don't know what Chia plot status is, check out my previous video which does explain it. Okay, so let's go over the configuration. So if we go back over to the website, actually let's go on here. Oh, there we go. So there it is, installation process. So you need to download Python. Okay, so let's go through downloading Python. Okay, Python. you go downloads, and then here, download for Windows. You don't have to press anything else. Download for Windows. You I save it, it automatically download it. You press on that, or you go to the location where you have it installed. I will, just for the sake of the video, I will uninstall it first, and then I will install it again, so you guys have a clear idea of how it works. Okay. I didn't know that I have already installed on this PC. It's gonna take a couple minutes. I'm just gonna pause the video here for a second. Okay, so Python has been successfully uninstalled. I'm just gonna run the program again. Okay, so this is what's gonna come up when you open the Python installer. You want to add Python 3.9 to path. Okay, you want to tick this box, customize install. Okay, you want to make sure that all of these are ticked. Okay, all of these boxes. Then the next, you need to make sure that you have all of these boxes installed. Okay, ticked, all of the boxes ticked. Then press install, authorize the application, and it's installing. It may take around 2-3 minutes because it may download the libraries and everything for your computer. For mine, will take a little bit less because I already had it installed, and it assumed that all of the previous files still exist on the computer. Okay, so once we do have that installed, we need to just go over to the folder Chia, not the Chia but the Swar Manager once it loads up. Okay, so to get the current location of this folder, because we need to access it through PowerShell or command prompt, but best is PowerShell. So PowerShell you access by right clicking the start button. Okay, the installation was successful. So right click the start button, or you can press Windows button X. Okay, what's coming up on my main computer. So alternatively, right click and Windows PowerShell admin. Okay, so press that, and then we press OK. We have a blue window coming up. Okay, and we need to get the location. So currently we are in C. Windows System 32, but we want this to be this location where this folder is. So the way you do it on Windows, you press on this bar, and you see it will get this information automatically for you. So that way you can just copy, or you can press Ctrl C on your keyboard, and then you can right click, and then it will come up. So let's type in the command to change direction. So it's cd is change directory. Okay, and now we need to paste the information. So right click, we didn't want to paste this, we wanted to paste this one. So copy and paste. Okay, so that's pasted, and we press enter. As you can see, the location has changed, and what we want to do, we want to install the requirements. Okay, so this is the requirements for the application. If you want to use the notification, you can install that as well, but it is not necessary. Okay, so let's follow the instructions along. Let's go back to the website. So you need to change, like it says here, we already done this. This is optional. You don't need to do this one. You don't need to do the step 4. Okay, so install the required modules. So you can simply copy the command is pip install space /r space requirements.txt. Because we're already in current location, it will look at the install and read line from the requirements.txt file. So let's paste that in here. I haven't copied it. There we go, and it's already installed on mine. On your one may look a bit different because on mine is currently installed, and that's all we have to do. And there is also, if you plan to install using notification Prometheus, then use the following command. Okay, we don't want to do that. And the second one is config YAML and name it config YAML. So basically a folder called default with the extension default, and you need to name it this. So you need to change the name. Before you do that, you need to let me just delete this, because that's my, actually I keep that for just this, for my usage. So in order to view the extensions, okay, you go to view in your window. As you can see, like, these are not txt, these are md files, but you don't see .md on here. So the way you do it, you press view, file name extensions, and you can see now you see all of the md extensions. So what we want to do, like the application, like the website told us, make a copy. Okay, so we made a copy, rename it. I would suggest you to leave this as is, because this could be like your default backup configuration. There's nothing wrong with having that in there. So you can just use this as your main, the copy. So what we need to do is have config.yaml, YAML. Okay, so let's go and change that. All right, and that's changed. You will need to double click it because it will appear like this for you. Go more apps and notepad. Okay, and okay. So that's how I've done it with my one. I did more apps, I selected notepad, and now it always opens the configuration file in notepad. Okay, so it will start off by from the top to bottom. This is a single variable, and it should contain the location of your Chia executable file. So if you're on Windows, this is an example. If you're on Linux, this is an example. So this is where you would have your Chia located. Chia client, okay? So we need to go to the Chia client and locate it basically. So you can go by following these steps, okay? So first of all, let's go to the folder here, and we can go to, we need to go C, okay? So we're going to C, okay? And we're going to users. So yes, we're going to users. You want to go Swar. Swar doesn't exist here, as you can see, because this is referring to the user account name. So your one will be different. My one is called user. Okay, and you need to go to app data. But as you can notice, there is no app data here. So because it's a hidden folder. Okay, so press here when you go to view, in view tab, on the top of the window, you need to press hidden items. Tick the box, and the app data will come up. Okay, you click on that, then you go to local, same thing, and we're looking for blockchain. You need to make sure you have the Chia client installed, you know, the one that you have your wallet in. Okay, so we are in local, we're going to Chia blockchain, and we, as you can see, the app version here is different because it really varies on the application that you have. So we want the 1.1.6 resources, exactly the same as there. Then just app.sar daemon, and there we go. Then we need to get to Chia. So like we did with the PowerShell, you can press on this blank space here, and it will display the location. That's what we want of this folder, location of this folder. Make sure you put a space here because you don't want it to be like this. You want to have a gap here. So we put it in here. There is a space here, and that is working. But you need to make sure you add chia.exe at the end. So copy this, select it, okay, and copy and paste that here. Okay, so that's all there, that's sorted. Okay, where we want our logs, so this is it's up to your preference where you want to save your results, like how long it took you to complete the plot and stuff like that. Were there any errors? This will report back to you. I have created in the desktop, so as you remember, in the desktop we have the Swar Chia Plot Manager, And in here we have the logs folder. Okay, so we select, like, again, we have selected the blank space and we paste it here. There's no file to be selected, we're just selecting the folder. Okay, folder path, so where the log is going to be saved. So there's not need to be any exe file there, it's just the folder location where it's located. Okay, so the view, this is the, we don't touch this. Okay, that's pretty much it. Notification, we are not touching. Instrumentation, we're not touching this, you don't have to touch that. Progress, you don't touch that as well. Global, this we need to adjust to your settings. Okay, so if you know how many plots you can run, for example, on my 1 TB SSD, I can run, I'm just deleting my old plots, I mean, this is the temporary files. I know I can run 3 plots maximum in here. Okay, so I'm gonna put maximum 3 plots for this SSD. And how many I would like to be maximum in phase 1? I'd say I want to have maximum 1 plot, because I don't want them to be all in phase 1. Okay, and this is minimum minutes between jobs, so you can actually have multiple queues. So let's say if you have 2 SSDs, you can have 2 jobs. So let's say 2 workers that do jobs. So there are 2 jobs and 1 job per SSD. So this one has 1 job, this one has 2nd job. Okay, and sometimes what you can do is, let's say, delay, like I have in my main computer. As you can see, there is a half an hour delay between each job, so 30 minutes, and there is a delay 60 minutes between the queues as well. So Q2, I've got 2 SSDs and they are delayed by 60 minutes, but you can choose it. So I have it 30, but because you have, if you're running only 3 and you're running only 1 SSD, you can leave it at 0 or leave it as default as 5. It doesn't matter because it won't affect you. Okay, you're not gonna run multiple jobs on 1 SSD because you can't. You can only run 1 job per SSD. Okay, so this is all of the information about the jobs. Basically, this is all of the settings which you will see down below just now. So this is a job named Micron. Okay, so in here, the Micron is the job name. You can name it, for example, main plotting. Okay, and you need max plots, and this is 999, so you can want to do as many plots as you want. Farmer public key, which is you will see farmer public key. I recommend you to put that in anyway, even though it says optional. How can you get the public key? So you can get it through the Chia plotter. If you remember where you get the signature, it comes up with it. Alternatively, let's show you an example. You need to open your Chia client. This will be the easiest way and the most simplest for all users. So you need to open your Chia. We will deal with it later before we run it. You need to get the temporary directory, so where the temporary file is going to be stored. We want them to store on the final D. We go to final D drive, and I want to store it on the plots temp here. This is my folder for my temporary files. So like I say again, it's here. So you press on this white space, you paste it. I wouldn't recommend using temporary directory 2 unless you really have to, because all of the workload will go to the first SSD and overload it. Unless you don't have enough space, then you can put a temporary space. Destination directory. So here you list your hard drives, and the way you do that, let's say you go to this PC. For example, let's just imagine there is another hard drive. Okay, let's call it the E drive, but I don't have an E drive, so I'm just gonna pretend that this is my complete plots drive. Okay, so this is gonna be D complete. Okay, and that's a size 32. We don't touch these, don't touch that. Threads you can adjust it to whatever you like. What was like I discussed in those first three videos. If you're not sure how to set this up, go back to my three previous videos. Chia for beginners, I have made videos about it. So threads you want to do, let's for this we did 4 just to make it even, 4 per plot, so it's total of 12, because this is Intel processor and it doesn't like much of context switching. Memory I want to keep it as 4000. Max concurrence, this is for this jobs, okay, this job only, ignore the inland, this is to be ignored. Okay, we want to have maximum of 3 plots, okay, 3, because we're not gonna only run one job for one SSD, and maximum to run 3 plots. Okay, in total 3, no more. Delay between plots I leave as default 60. Maximum plots for phase 1. Okay, so that's 1. Why have we been asked for this question as well before, like in here? Because this applies to all jobs. Applies to all jobs. This applies specifically to this job, to main plotting, our job. And this is concurrency start early phase. So what that does mean, once your plot starts phase 4, the application will start another plot, because phase 4 doesn't require much processing power. This is used mainly for saving the same destination. If you read here, all of the stuff is discussed like I have put in. So temporary destination, this field will always submit the destination directory as the temporary to directory, and if that's basically if you want to save it onto the temporary directory. Exclude final directory. If you're using hpool, you want to keep that as true, because you don't want to the Chia client to read your plots. Okay, so you can set that as true and it will be always true. Skip full destinations, you want that as true. This is quite handy. So if you have multiple destinations, it will automatically look through them and skip the full ones. Okay, Unix process priority. If you go up to the Unix process priority, it says here this is mainly for, this will be referring to Linux. Okay, so if you're Mac or Ubuntu or Lubuntu, any other software, operating system, then this will apply to you. For Windows, this is process priority here. Okay, so Windows process priority, what that means is it will put main focus towards the application and towards the plots. I'd say it's good to have 128, but you can leave 32 as default. I will put 128 because it will give higher priority for the application. You don't want to put real time or above normal or below, because real time is just gonna freeze up everything, and I do not recommend it above normal as well. As you can see by the odd numbers. I just have tried real time before and it just freezes things up on some computers. Okay, and lastly is the enable CPU affinity. So basically the way it works, if you have a, let's say, 32 core processor like I have on my Ryzen, okay, let me show you, and I want to have 4 cores to be free, so I have selected 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to be for my regular use, and anything other than that will be used by the plotting. Okay, that's how it's going to be managed. And At the moment it's disabled, so it will use all of the cores. Okay, so all of your cores on your CPU will be used. And this is for the second job. This is an example if you were to use multiple directories. So you don't want to do that for the temporary directory, and this you don't want to do that either. So this is the destination. That's how you put multiple destinations onto your destination directory. Make sure there's no tab. You can't put tab here because the config.yaml file doesn't like tab. You need to put spaces, okay? You need to be spaces. The way I do it, I just press enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste, enter, paste. It's a Control C, Control V. The Control C, Control V. But I'm not gonna use that many because I don't have that many drives anyway. So it's gonna be complete, decomplete on here for me. And that's pretty much it for this. This one we can delete. Okay, that's complete. Okay, and anything else that I have missed? No. Just for the sake of the video, I think that it might not like that I'm saving to the same directory, but let's have a look. So the way you start it, you have to go to your PowerShell. If you have closed it, let's go over again. I accidentally closed it. Right click, PowerShell, open it up. You can go onto the folder where you had your stuff, click on the white space, copy, make sure you copy, and then you just change directory, enter. Okay. Alternative way, you could always do button up. As you can see, button up. We have the previous commands, but that's all good here. So what we need to do to start it, you need to type in Python, okay, because we're running Python manager.py start, okay, and the error is cannot find the specified S path. Okay, that occurs, that's for logs. So the error is, as you can see in the top left corner, there is a star because I haven't saved the file. Okay, so file save, or you can press Ctrl S, and that's saved. Okay, remember that was down up here where we were doing the logs. There was S drive, but we don't have S drive. So let's do again. You can press arrow up. Okay, and I will do that, or Python manager.py start. Okay, and that should start the plotting process. It has successfully started, and you can do Python manager.py view. Okay, that will basically view your plotting, the process, the progress. Okay, and you're gonna have one job only. Okay, that's currently showing the usage. Every minute this will update. Okay, so we did the Python manager.py view. You can read up on this, all of this, in the link that will be in the description. If you would like to, let's say, update the settings, okay, for future plots. So for example, you added some extra directories. Let's say you have some extra directories and you want to add them. Make sure you add the spaces, because I didn't add the spaces. And then you just add D, E, F, E, F, G, H, okay? And you want to add that, what you can do is, I haven't saved it because it won't work. I don't have E, F, G, and H drive. But just an example, okay? Just an example. This could be even HPOO folder, okay? The one that you have used for farming on HPOO, so it doesn't matter. as you have excluded the directory, it won't be farming with the Chia client. Okay, so the same will be E, E, F, G. Okay, and that's how it would look like. But I'm not gonna save it because I don't have these 3 drives. Okay, so how do we get out of this window? Okay, even if you close it, it doesn't matter. Even if you close the window, it does not matter. You can right click, open the app again. Okay, you can go back to the directory, you can use arrows. Okay, and we can do view again. As you can see, it's still running even though we have closed the terminal window. So how do you get out of this window once you don't want to view it anymore? You press Control plus C. So Control plus C, yeah. Okay. So let's try Control plus C. As you can see, sometimes you might need to press it twice. As you see on here, this window has frozen. It doesn't show anything. So you press Control C and then Control C again. All right. I do view again. Enter again, and it's working now again. Okay. So that's how it's supposed to look. Sometimes it freezes because when it's minimized or stuff like that. So what else can I show you? If you change the settings, okay, and you don't want to stop the plotting, how can you make it, let's say, add more directories? So you have added more directories, you saved the file, okay, you're happy, it's all saved, but you don't want to stop the plotting. What you can do is type in restart, okay. All right, this won't stop those plots, okay. These plots won't be stopped. It will just reload the settings, okay, that you had, and will basically open things up again. I think my computer is having a bit of an issue in starting, but it says it has started. But just to double check, I will make sure that it starts. Okay, so it says it's already running, so the restart has worked. Okay, so let's view again. I used arrows up and it's all working still. As you can see, it hasn't been cancelled. It has been working for 4 minutes. So that's pretty much it. If you would like me to make a video on how to run it on multiple basically multiple SSDs, I can show you how to do that in the next video. I will include my manager file for my 5950X drive and for my for my Intel i7 in my laptop. So I will include this file for you, okay, and also the one for the Ryzen. Let's have a look at the Ryzen one just before I finish up the video. So the Ryzen one is located in here, and this is my Ryzen. As you can see, I have CPU affinity enabled, and I have some cores excluded because I'm currently doing a video and I want to have extra 4 cores for a video, because it just freezes a little bit when it's all of the cores are utilized. Okay, and my public key, this is the thing that I'm supposed to show you guys. The public key, the farmer public key. How do you get that? Let's start plotter. Okay, let's start a plot, any plot in the Chia client, any location. Okay, let's just set this up that you want to do temp, and let's just assume that you want to do 14. This is just an example. Okay, you just run a plot. Make sure you have a folder where you can easily delete those temporary files. Okay, just get a destination or make a folder anywhere. Just make a folder. Okay, I made it in my L drive. Okay, And that's it. You just don't need to adjust anything, leave everything as default. Just set the locations, create the plot, and go to view log. So in those three dots, view log, and this is where you get it. So pull public key, you select this, okay, all of that, copy it. Let's go back to the MSI because I haven't put that in, okay. And we need to make sure there is a space. I can't paste it because, of course, I can't paste it for the parsec, but that's how it would look like. Farmer public key. But of course, this is different wallet to what I currently have. And if you select the public key, make sure you select this, all of that, except the square. You don't want to add that square in, okay? Make sure you don't add that square at the end. Select that. All right. Okay. And oh, it has copied it. All right, that's great. So let's make sure we select the pull public key. All right, so this was actually other way around. So this is the public, this is the pull, this is the farmer. This is the pull. Just double check. Going back to the Chia client, we double check. So the pull public key starts A9DC. So pull A9DC. And the farmer public key is 972. Farmer public key 972. Okay. And that's how it is. Alternative solution for you to get the key, like I said, was through the Chia Plotter application that I used for HPool. If you go to the HPool, you can use this. It will be in HPool downloads. You can locate it. We used it in the Chia for Beginners free. And basically, let's have a look. If you put your keys here, I'm just gonna put random words. So you will notice that it would generate from this public key, and but you need to make sure you don't add the 0x, okay? You don't want the 0x. You want to select it without the 0x, and you want to put it into here, into the correct positions. But this, only use it for your farm wallet, you know, for your mining wallet. Don't use it for your main wallet. You don't want to expose your main wallet. Okay, I know that it has been confirmed on Reddit that it is malicious, but just make sure you're safe. Okay, that's that for now, and that's it. I think that's it. Everything is added. Control C, Control C, Control C, and it's all working. There we go, and view. Let's see if it's still working. It is all working still. Alright, I'm just gonna stop it. So let's do cleanup. We want to stop. Okay, I've stopped it. I'm gonna go to task manager because the process is still running. Even though I stopped the manager, but I haven't stopped the Chia plotter. Okay, so I stopped the Chia plotter. On here I have it all running here. That's fine. And I need to clean up the mess that's made by the plotter here. So all of the temporary files that have been created. And that's it. Let's close the parsec. We don't want to deal with that anymore. And I need to clean up things here. Just make sure if you want to clean things up, you can do it that way. So one of the Chias I have opened through the actual Chia client, which is this. You can't delete it, but I can queue the process here. I know which one it is exactly. This is under the application, not through the console. I close it, and that's all done. And yeah, thank you very much guys for watching. If you need any more help, if you want me to do the video tutorial for 5950X, I can do that for you. I will include the config file for the 5950X and for my laptop that I have just set up with you. In here, as you can see, before I finish, I have a CPU Affinity. They're completely different cores because I don't want the queues to collide with each other. Basically, the processor is divided into two, and each queue has its own cores, so they don't jump into each other and they don't exchange information. Just each queue controls its own cores, okay? And that's how I'm currently running, and it's been doing great. I'm gonna quickly show you the results, how it's been doing before I finish. And yeah, the results are here. These are results. Some of them are long delays because in copying, because I've been moving drives. So in my show there's 10-hour delay because I've been moving drives and I haven't done it. So these are the running drives, and let's look back my previous plots. Okay, so I had 13 hours on the Chia client, and I don't know why I had 13 hours. As you can see in the middle of the screen, 13 hours. It's just crazy. After I started using Plot Manager, it was 7, 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours, but I've just been testing different various settings, and I think it sets around 8 hours and 30 minutes on 8 cores. But I want to use the computer while I'm while I'm making videos and while I'm plotting, so I'm just testing things out. But that's why I use this application, okay? And you need to add your logs like you did, where you specified it. So you go to your desktop where you have your plot manager. Currently my logs are in a different location. My are in the C drive, manager logs, and I select and add it. And that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped you. If you want to see how I set up the 5950X, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will try to get that done for you, okay? Thank you very much for watching, and I see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers, man. Take care.